with my friend from that big old N to the N, my nigga Hoodie from the hood, SD's finest. What's up, Crip?
What's the deal?
Man, welcome to the platform, man. It's long overdue, man. I'm glad you finally was able to make it to my section. Every last time you've been to LA in the last year and a half or two, we've been trying to bump heads, and my schedule wasn't quite making it possible. Now we did it. We at the table. I'm honored. Before we get cracking, if you want to let the people know who you are a little bit, what part of the country you from, and then I would get into a little bit of how I came across you and how I developed appreciation, and just we'll get cracking with this session.
Well, you know, man, I'm Hoodie from the hood, aka your friend from that big old N, from the southeast side of San Diego, Choice View, Mountain Hope, the 40s off of Market Street, Hilltop, all that good stuff, man, from park to park, boundary to Gompers.
That's right. That's right. You are, like myself, what we consider a content creator. We are members of the content cartel.
So before we get to the content, a little bit more about growing up in San Diego and all of that stuff.
All right. You from Southern California, just like myself, born and raised. However, you from San Diego. Give the people a little idea of what it's like growing up in San Diego, some of your influences, just a little bit of your background.
Well, being that I only grew up in southeast San Diego, it'll be kind of hard for me to compare it, but I can imagine it's like everywhere else where you have the same elements, the gangbanging, the low income, the street atmosphere. It's the same thing.
That's a good starting point to speak on, because our first actual interactions was based on, shout out to Mitchie Slick. I know you from the opposite side when they look at color lines, which just actually there ain't no color lines, but he's from San Diego like you, and he's somebody I've been politicking with and working with for a decade or better in the industry, and we know that on this independent game that we love out here for the West Coast, he a legend. He been putting it down. He was on a platform, I think it was No Jumper, and he was making some statements, and he was trying to substantiate some claims relative to San Diego, and he kind of used my name in our relationship along with others to kind of like solidify his point and make it. And one of the things that he did caused me to receive some phone calls and text messages from some of my homies that just had some opinions on the subject matter that also made some claims. And I went on and entertained what my homie said and made commentary toward what Mitchie said. And I said some things that was considered controversial.
Right.
And it was started a little wave, and out of nowhere, here come this nigga Neighborhood Crippin' with a response. And, you know, for some reason, a little tingle, I see, oh my God, I listen. And, you know, I couldn't do nothing but accept everything you said. I respected it. I loved the way you were stern about your reaction, and then the way you kept saying, well, you know, I wasn't really, you know, that's a little before my time, so I tapped in, and somebody said this, but it wasn't quite this, but I respect what Cub was saying, but the homie said this, and it was like that, and then that caused me to react to yours, and then we had a few mutual acquaintances that made sure we was able to, you know, chop it up, and we became partners since then.
Right.
And I appreciate that level of interaction and how we got to this point. So being a question, and you know, me and you, we easily on some neighborhood, some man shit, we got over it, and we've been brothers ever since. What I find ironic about San Diego, it seems like if you take a picture of a postcard or a big shit, it seems like to me, LA, San Diego just to be a smaller picture of the same thing. Like when I look how niggas dress, talk, carry themselves, the only difference I see, pimping is a little more interwoven in that shit. That's the only thing.
Everybody think they a pimping Dago.
Oh, my mama. And shout out Mitchie Slick, J.O. Felling. When you go red, blue, biggest names throughout the times that it seems like Mitchie Slick kind of hold down that side as far as the first from our generation, and then J.O. hold down the other side. And when you look at hip-hop, typically, color lines get squashed. You got the Nipsey Hussle, YG, I worked with, promoted Papa Smurf heavily. You got the Dub C, Mac 10 connection. For years, I've been trying. Haven't been trying for years, but years ago, I tried passionately to get Mitchie Slick and J.O. Felony to collaborate together. Wow. And each of them, as artists, individuals, were both not communicating with one another, but communicating with me independently of each other, were with it from their heart. But they both expressed to me, not knowing the other one was saying this, the politics involved is kind of bigger than me and him, and it ain't something I could really push a button. Why is it such a deep thing? As big as hip hop is when it comes to unity, bridging gaps, niggas like me, you, we know how to deal with ops. Why is that such an issue?
Well, you said Dub C and Mac 10, and you said YG and Nipsey, and then you said
myself, Papa Smurf.
All right, now you and Papa Smurf, do y'all hoods beef?
Not in like how you would think of the East Coasters and the Swans, but they red rags, and it has happened. But if it is also other like politics that make it to where it ain't much beef too. Right. But the Malanes are some of the most original, notorious Bloods in LA in general.
Now I'm saying that to say I know them other two don't really beef.
Okay.
The other
the
ones that you named.
Right.
40s in Lincoln Park is like that. It's really like that. So it'd be harder to bring that together. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like it would have been like trying to get Nipsey with a Inglewood family or A-Track Gangster. You know what I mean? It's an immediate enemy.
I believe I'm aware of the fact that Lil Sody, shout out to Lil Sody, I think he and Nipsey wasn't necessarily anti one another, but I think it was a lot of hard things for them to see eye to eye on some music too. But yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like between them two communities right there, it's just not gonna happen. You know what I mean?
So, and my experience was like early 2000s. It's like that.
Right.
Not
now. What I will say, the homie Cricket then did music with Mitchie Slick. He's a producer. He made a lot of them beats on Triggeration Station and all that. That's Cricket. He from 40s. Okay. But he also went to Lincoln High School. He knew Mitchie Slick. He knew certain people who plugged them together. So they had a relationship since like teenagers. So it's a little different.
Okay.
J.O. don't know Mitchie Slick outside of music. They didn't. You know what I mean?
Did J.O. ever get involved in like maybe, or Mitchie Slick ever diss J.O. or anything like that?
Nah, J.O. had sent some shots at him. Just on some competitive rap shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
you know, J.O. is definitely one of the artists. You know, the term Crip Hop, definitely something I was tapped into since he came. I know his whole legacy. He was somebody that before I met him was somebody that I considered established on the independent level. Shout out to my homie Wino from 190 who introduced me to Cuz way back in the day. We was on a record together on Cam's album, Camnesia. It was my first time ever recording and it being available for purchase. Right. J.O. was on the song, Yuck Mouth was on the song, Drayster was on the song, Cam was on the song. But J.O. was signed to Def Jam. Is there a different sense of him personally, locally, as an artist than we get from the outside looking in? Because when you say Dago, outside of the independent scene, it's almost the only name come to mind. Do we have any other artists that are just accepted as somebody that we might not be familiar with?
You know what? I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
You mind?
It probably is, but I don't know.
Do you mind if I go through my little personal Dago roll call affiliation to see if, you know, any of these names connect with you?
Yeah.
All right, we started off already. I'm just asking if I can continue. We started off with J.O. Neighborhood to neighborhood. Siete, appreciate you. Because now I also want to add this. Cuz was established, what we consider famous. And when I met Cuz, I didn't know Suge, nor did I know G-Unit people yet. And Cuz embraced me, worked with me, and we was homies, and we've been homies ever since, been through some ups and some downs, but that's my loc. So outside of that, the industry has, and just my experience is that I've been exposed to a lot of Dago people. So I want to say this: I had the pleasure and experience to work with a nigga named Seaweed 3, And rest in peace to CW3 and my Uncle Dog who introduced me to Cuz. But we did good business. I went up there, drove out there. He facilitated the situation. We got the work in, broke the bread. We made plans to get it in and keep communicating, network, maybe shoot a video. And it was less than a week later, he lost his life. Is that somebody that you was familiar with? Anything you could add to the legacy of what he was out there doing locally? Because I know he was an entrepreneur.
Right.
When I met him, he had a brand new Benz, paper plates. I met him at his place of business that was not associated with music. It was a barbershop, actually. What did he mean to the community as a young nigga out here getting it? And did you know anything about him?
I definitely knew about him. I actually knew him. I ain't gonna say it like we was hella close, but it was like when I see Cuz, like, what's up, Cuz? You know what I mean?
Right,
Chunk it
right.
up, shake hands. It was always cool. It was always good vibes. And before I actually met him, he was known locally, especially in the Crip community, just based on like his music. Him, his brother Googie, Trelly Deuce, them niggas was making like local gang bang music before, you know what I mean? Like some active type music, you know what I mean, in the early 2000s. So that was always a name that we heard, and then you started to see his growth and him being more on some business shit and collaborating, and you know what I mean? So yeah, he definitely meant something to the community of San Diego, and especially his section.
I often think of him in the likes of neighborhood nip because
That's a good comparison.
I'm from. He died at his place of business, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was there. I was at that. I got my hair cut, straight razor. I was in there, not by him, but by somebody in the barbershop. That's where I met him at before we went to the studio, and I saw his layout, and then I heard he lost his life there, and it reminds me of a similar scenario.
Yeah, it happened, what, years prior?
Yeah, years prior.
Like
well,
6
yeah.
years before.
Yes, it was a foreshadowing.
Right.
Yeah, and on a smaller
I was
scale.
in the pen when that happened.
Okay.
I remember.
Okay. Shout out to CW3. Rest in peace. Love you, Loc. On my mama, appreciate my time with you and the interaction. You kept it real. I ain't never heard nothing bad about you since. So I wanted to run that name about you. Then recently on a more mainstream scale, man, we seen Wack No Honey have an interaction with a member of No Jumper that is a native of San Diego.
Right.
Not a gangbanger, more affiliated with the Mac game and all that. Your boy Sharp. Do you know Sharp?
I knew of Sharp. It's homies who actually knew him from back in the days. Like, for sure. Like, even before this whole situation came up, the homie had already been telling me that he had been hollering at Sharp, like, hey, man, check my boy out on YouTube, you know what I mean, type stuff.
I saw you do a reaction to the situation.
Yeah.
Without me, going through your reaction and trying to say what you said, do you mind giving your perspective on that situation? From what I saw, Wack act like he gonna turn San Diego against Sharp. What's your perspective on that?
Wack don't know 50 San Diego niggas to have him go up there and do nothing to Cuz. You better stop playing.
That's right.
But look, it was actually 2 incidences that happened back to back. Now, the first one, I had no knowledge of it until later on that day, or the next day maybe. When I pulled up, it just so happened Slim and Lupe, shout out to Slim and Lupe, they was already coming to Dago. So when they get there, they pull up.
I'm coming with them next time too. I see they keep coming. I'm coming next time. Go ahead. Yeah.
Man, it be lit too. But they pulled up. I wasn't quite there yet. So I called the homie. I'm like, hey, bro, Slim finna be there. He already knew. So he was at his people's house right there, and he came outside, whatever, they was chopping it up. So when I pulled up, I already see the older homie going off while Lupe is recording. So I'm walking up, and by the time I walk up, it's over. So Slim was like, yeah, this nigga Wack Cuz was on there talking about Dago, and he know that was gonna get me. So I'm like, what?
Right.
You know what I mean? So basically, Cuz kind of gave me the rundown, but it was a lot going on. We outside, we watching cars, homies pulling up. So I think I said something that night in the vlog that we did, but it ain't out yet. He put the first one
That's
out.
a hood vlog, right?
Yeah, that's the one when he in the hood.
DM Slim hood vlogs. Y'all tap in with that.
Right. He already put the other one out when we was
Okay.
on 30th and Imperial over in the West Side.
Okay.
But now he gonna put out the one in the set. So I said what I said that night. The next day, the homie from the coast called me like, "Hey, cuz you hear that shit, Wack?" I'm thinking he talking about Sharp.
Okay.
And I'm like, "Yeah." He like, "Nah, cuz got into it with the homie on Clubhouse." I'm like, "What?" So I basically did my homework. The homie had sent it to me because we was chopping it up about it. And I heard a little bit. I can't listen to cuz talk for too long.
Look, I hate to be a Me Too nigga, especially since they came out with the Me Too movement. But before the Me Too movement, I hated to be a Me Too nigga to be saying Me Too. Because on my mind, I can't, even when I'm really interested in whatever the title say,
Yeah.
only can take so much.
And then people keep sending it to you on like, "Hey, listen." It's
you
like, bro.
finally click. And even if I really think I want to hear what his conclusion is going to be,
Right.
I often can't stomach it. I just fuck that shit. I can't. Go ahead though.
And the cold part about it is, people think that like we want to keep talking about this nigga, but y'all keep requesting it.
Right.
So
right.
I've been trying to ignore Cuz and Charlene White, but the homie sent it to me. He like, "Nigga, this pertains to Dago." So I'm like, all right. So he already said he'll have 50 Dago niggas go do whatever to Sharp. Like he called shots. Then when you get into it with the homie, and he explained his version on my channel, go check it out. It's so fine. Reacts.
Say your channel.
Hoodie from the Hood.
Right.
Hoodie from the Hood, man. Your friend from that big old
//
head, man. So basically, that video is like labeled like So Fine, talks about his altercation on Clubhouse with Wack 100 or whatever. If you interested in checking that out. So basically, they got into it. They was talking about the officers who killed that dude in Memphis or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what he came on there for. He said he didn't even know Wack was on the floor. And the shit started, Wack started doing what he doing. He hit old boy who invited him on in the back channel and was like, "Who's this nigga?" Because he had the floor. He started taking attention from this nigga. He's an attention whore.
Of course.
So the spotlight ain't on Cuz. So basically, he get on there and he like, "Who is you?" So he like, "Nigga, we talking about penitentiary and street shit." So I introduced myself. I'm a little so fun, West Coast, rolling 30s, whatever. I just paroled. Cuz basically, "Oh, you ain't got no F number or whatever." They started recycling, or not recycling, but giving out F numbers and all that around 2007. So this nigga who think he know everything.
He must got a double F, a FF.
Nah, he didn't.
And he didn't get no F number in 2007 then.
Yes, he did.
In CDC?
Yes, he did.
How?
And look, I called the homie.
What they did to F, they did it over before they doubled the letters? They started over?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What, they added another number?
I think so.
Okay.
I called the homie Baby Dirt, who was in the pen with him at the same time. He had an F number. My homie in the pen right now, his celly got a G number.
Okay.
So basically,
And he was from the 2000s.
2007.
Okay, my bad.
Before they start doing the double, the A.
My confusion is based on the fact I went to prison in 1994-5, and I had a J number, so I thought.
And that's what Wack said. Wack
Okay.
was like, "Nigga, I went in 94 and I had a J number."
Okay.
So basically, the homie wasn't saying it like, "I got an F number," like, "Nigga, I've been going to prison that long." He was just giving him his
This who
credentials.
I am, where I started in
And Wack latched on to the F number shit. So basically,
Just like I did right now.
yeah.
Did he correct himself that quick?
Nah, there were 07.
No,
Did
he
he
didn't
get
get
it
a
right?
chance to, because he said once Wack started saying on Pyro and all that, he clicked out
Okay.
and got on the phone with like, "What's up with Cuz?" So basically, that's why I said go look at the interview on my channel.
Okay.
And he explained his own shit. Where was I at? Oh, so basically he was like, "Oh, he from West Coast. Like, it'd probably be 5 of them in the whole penitentiary. They don't run nothing. They
That's
fall."
what Wack said?
Yeah.
How many Pacoimas was
That's
gonna
what
be?
that's what I said in my response. He said they ain't deep enough to run nothing. They ain't moving nothing. They gotta fall up under something. They gotta basically take
Up
orders.
under?
He said they gotta take orders from some LA niggas. Basically,
He lying about that.
I know.
Niggas ain't gotta take no money.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, you not gonna play with my city.
Crips only fuck with LA niggas by choice.
That's
The
what
cars is what they is. They only fuck with us by the only time the politics gonna cross is if they choose to cross the politics.
Right.
Otherwise, niggas moving their own. Niggas don't even know how this track. Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. For a nigga who
Me again.
for a nigga who claimed he did all this time, he know all these niggas.
No, he got so many people. He's so tricky. He tells you he never been convicted of anything as an adult. He did a very small amount of time as a juvenile, but he represents it like he did all this time. Right. Has how many adults in their 40s approaching their 50s? You know what it reminds you of? Al Bundy and his high school football fucking stories.
Right.
Who cares about what you did as a juvenile convict? Why are you referencing that so often? What have you did for the last 35 years? Why don't we talking about here your accomplishments as an entrepreneur?
Because you know why?
Go ahead, please.
Because when niggas wasn't like that growing up, I don't care. Okay, you probably was around. You probably was, of course you from there, but you wasn't that nigga like that.
It's the Suge Knight effect.
And probably
Suge Knight is currently in the condition he finds himself in because he suffered from the same syndrome.
Trying to prove that he's something that he not. Because any nigga that was like that would be trying to get up out of that. You would be enjoying your success, homie. You wouldn't be trying to convince niggas that you the hardest nigga walking. You talking about, I've been on these 3s and 4s, but check it out. You would get smoked by a nigga who went to fire camp though. So what does that mean? You would get smoked by a nigga who never even hit them yards at all. Never hit the county jail. So what does that mean? Like niggas, come on, cuz niggas be playing, bro.
And it ain't where you from. It's always where you at. But the whole thing about being where you from is being proud and representing where you from. You from neighborhood. You from a lot of shit I'm from. But nigga, it's from Dago. I am so into where I'm from that as corny as it may sound to some, I claim Compton and LA I can't help it. Even though you're supposed to be from one or the other, it's about where you actually from.
Right.
I don't understand why Cuz is not more proud about where he's from. If you have as much exposure, just think about if Snoop Dogg felt like he felt. Right. There would never be a Long Beach on the map.
Snoop Dogg thought he was from Watts.
Watts, LA. It just started, because even 213, I didn't even realize 213 was the LA area code too.
Right.
But just if he stuck with just the LA, I'm from LA, West Coast, he put Long Beach on the map.
Right.
Whole No Hundred could have Pacoima on the map. Shout out all the Pacoimas, all the real ones that over, under, understand exactly where we coming from. Nigga not hating on no region. Right. But y'all know y'all got the worst representation at the forefront, and it's nobody even to argue that point. I don't even want to hang on Cuz.
That's what I'm saying. As long like you see how hard I go for my city.
I love it.
If he had to have as much passion for his section, there'll probably be a lot further.
That's
instead of him just acting like he just.
Cause the one I know is from Carson,
and they press it.
They press the Lamo. They don't make it overshadow the set, but it's the Lamo. Like niggas that's from Dragnet, niggas that's from Shotgun Bang, Gardena. They could be claimed. You know how much, to y'all that don't know, do you know how much closer Carson, Gardena, Long Beach, Paramount is to LA than Pacoima? That nigga got he's so far, and anybody else from where they from. If you from Wilmington, you from Wilmington. If you from Dodge City, you from Dodge City. All that shit closer than Pacoima. Wow. The Pasadenas, they Denver lanes, but they don't bang LA, they bang PDL. PDL sound as original as DL now. Right. Because they was proud of Pasadena.
Right.
And it's kind of like if you have this much exposure, you're trying to tell the world you are this much tapped in with Southern California gang culture, you kind of like cancel your own self out when you're not pushing your land, your local native area where you come from. Everybody proud where
it's gonna make real niggas be like, hold on.
Right.
That's weird.
In it.
Yeah, that's weird. Why you not? You know what I mean? It just start to make niggas question everything. But that's basically why I got on Cuz. It was back-to-back 2 days of him. You told Sharp you'll have 50 San Diego niggas do this, and then you turn around and tell Lil SoFine that West Coast take orders from LA niggas. You got me fucked up. That's why I got on him. Cause it was you starting to create a narrative. Then you trying to downplay a nigga's hood and his credibility on that app. Just so you could sound like the bigger, like nigga, your money don't mean you ain't a mark.
And I'm saying this, I love all my Pacoima peoples on my mama, but in the overall grand scheme of things, Southern California, there's a far more Dago presence in the system since they discuss in prison than there is a Pacoima presence. it's a bigger region. It's like
That's why I said I'm willing to bet that West Coast is deeper than 2Ps, and that ain't no shot. They probably
shot.
deep. They probably deep. I'm
They
just
deep
saying, but
in-
for him to try to say that it'll only be 5 in the whole penitentiary, that's a lie.
but there and
It'll
then
be 5 on 1 yard.
yeah, there you go. At least.
Right, at least.
And if you get the more south you get, especially if you're in Donovan, then you're going to realize something a whole lot
Donovan,
different.
Ironwood,
You see.
Centinela.
Yeah, just like you
shit
see the
like-
415 strength when you get up that way.
Right.
You see why, okay, everything is regional. Everybody know that except a nigga that's trying to trick the internet.
Right.
We ain't gonna stick on cuz too long. I want to get up off that anyway. I want to ask you this. And it's off the subject. This ain't on the schedule or nothing. Do y'all miss the Chargers?
I'm a Raider fan. I ain't never been no Charger fan. I can't stand them.
All right, outside of you, do they miss the Chargers? Was that expected? Does the city miss the presence?
It seemed like some of them do. It seemed like some of them. See, here's my thing with Charger fans. A lot of them I feel like didn't really care about the sport. It was just convenient.
it
That was the
ended up
team.
happening. That's why they got on.
Exactly. So a lot of them don't care about it at all. A lot of them like, oh well, they got a whole nother team now.
Or do they?
No, I'm saying they just went and started cheering for another team.
So on a regular daily, because right now, I'm a football fan, or I used to be a football fan until a lot of political things happened in recent years, George Floyd, whatever. But all my life, football, whatever. But I'm a fan of sports, or whenever I pay attention to sports, my typical concept is L.A. So I'm Dodgers. I don't watch hockey at all, but I feel like I fuck with the Kings, especially because NWA used to be Kings. So it's like Dodgers, Lakers, and then in football, I was left in limbo. So I fucked with this team, that team, because LA didn't have a team. When the first team came was Rams. I locked up with them. I got a loyalty to them. It felt like it was a void in LA when we have a football team. Does it seem like a void? Was it like a big? Was it a lot of billboards that's missing? Does the presence of the team gone?
They didn't. I don't know. It seemed like they didn't promote
really
that
matter.
team like that
That's
anyway.
crazy.
Now, San Diego is a baseball city. Everybody been showing out for them Padres games, especially last year.
Okay.
So when baseball season start, Petco Park be lit. Every time they got a game, it's sold out. Everybody down there getting faded. You could look at a random female homie op. Somebody is at that game. So
You fuck with it? You got
yeah,
interest?
I fuck with the Padres. I just didn't like the Chargers.
Okay. How long have you been what we consider a content creator on YouTube, and what drew you toward it? Were you originally, it seemed like the majority of the street YouTube creators used to try to rap or rapped,
Right.
or similar to myself, had some type of rap background. Did rap bring you into this, or was it another path?
I'm gonna be honest with you. It was just watching people like him.
Shout out to 2A's. Y'all know what it is. StreetTV,
Right.
StreetGangs TV, Alex Alonso, one of the originators, pioneer. That's my partner in this whole effort. But go ahead.
And that's something that I told him when I did it was my first interview on his channel, but it was the second time I was on his channel because I was on there.
Why you don't never smile, cuz? Smile, cuz.
I
It's
smile.
all right,
I
Crip.
smile. I do smile, cuz. I do
listen to
smile.
you.
But nah, basically I had told cuz, well, we talked off camera, so he already knew. He was like, man, you need to do something like what I'm doing before Dago, which was already my plan, because I used to listen to StreetTV and Kev Mack, and I gave him.
Kev Mack, neighborhood.
I spoke on this dude before. One of the main dudes that I used to listen to on the podcast at work around 2016, where I was like, I could do that, was Tax Stone. When I used to listen to Cuz, I was like, I could
See
do
how
that.
ironic that is? Who our guest was yesterday? Tax Tone name came up yesterday for the first time on our podcast. And here, shout out to China Mac, much love. And then here it come again. But go ahead.
Right, yeah, Tax Stone was like one of the people that I was like, man, I feel like I could do that. Like, you know what I mean? It kind of gave me a little extra, but his and Kev Mack was more so along the banging, the street, the history shit. I'm like, there's no representative.
So meaning no rapping. You never been an MC.
I did one song.
Oh, one song. So never. So you never been an MC. You just fuck.
hell
Everybody did one song. Okay.
I
go
did
ahead.
one song. And then also watching you pioneered this too, homie.
Thank you, Loc.
That's big facts.
Like what?
And I'm just like, damn, we don't have that representation for San Diego. So somebody got to shine light to this shit. You know what I mean? Because I feel like in the music industry, you may have certain people who can hold certain people out.
That's definitely.
But on YouTube, we all got a voice.
There you go.
So I'm gonna put this motherfucker on the map a different way. Fuck all that rapping. I'm about to come with this street, this gang stuff. You know what I mean? This history. And that's why I tell stories. I bring people on my channel to tell their stories. And I do little tours. I done went through certain areas and show like what it is over here.
Can I ask you, as far as you coming from the streets, coming to a public platform, I know you had humble expectations. You was on there expressing yourself. But I've been noticing you start bumping shoulders with people that's name is buzzing and got a little notoriety. Do you have anybody you consider, you've been doing interviews, you have anybody you consider as like your favorite or your most popular, what's your most popular interview that you conducted?
The most popular one, that would be the homies from FOF19, the Samoan homies, Gaffy and them.
Wait, that's bigger than the Snow Rock? Shout out to Snow Rock, because I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that's bigger.
Bigger than that?
That's bigger than that.
Which one came first?
Snow Rock.
Wow.
Yeah, that was out a month prior. It's at like 50,000, and then the Samoan homies last time I checked was like 66,000.
Is the Samoan presence culturally in Dago equivalent to the presence of us, less, more? Because I know they really have a presence in Dago to be mentioned, but is it like numbers-wise equal, less, more, or what?
I would say in certain parts in SouthEast, they're in our hood, and they also in Skyline. You
got both.
Yeah. They over there banging with them. They over in the hood, and then you got them. You got some like in Linda Vista in the West San Diego area, and then you got Oceanside.
You know what I noticed more? I was going to ask you earlier if you figured like Oceanside was a part of Dago, an extension, or totally separate. That was something I was going to ask you.
I mean, it's San Diego County. When they go to jail, they go to jail with us.
Okay. You know what I noticed about the Dago Crips? I can't speak on the Bloods as much, but more so, and I seen it from L.A., Samoan Crips and Bloods. I mean, Samoans in particular. They go to jail, pigtailed out, back arms cripped out, and when they hit the yard, a lot of time when the police come from the Usos, before you know it, all them tattoos is covered up with tribal bands, and they Uso'd out. And I seen it happen from L.A. Samoans, Compton Samoans, but it's more so, I used to see this, I just seen Dago Samoans hit the motherfucking yard cripping it, and 2 months later, he mandatory workout with the Usos, don't fuck around no more. Have you ever seen that in real life?
I guess it's the same thing, but there is a lot of the homies that I know. It's a cool.
I'm not even bringing it up in no disrespect.
No, I get what you're saying.
I put myself in their shoes and saying, if I grew up doing this and I got to prison and then my people was pushing this, I may weigh it out and may have made a decision similar, but
but there's a lot of them, at least from my hood that I know of, that they still push Crip, they run black.
Right. Okay.
Like, even though you know what I mean?
Is that to say you have not ran into what I described, or is it just say
no,
both?
yeah, it's both.
Right.
It's both.
Oh, no,
I'm saying
yeah,
specifically from my hood, is some of them that just they run with the blacks with SDC.
Right, of course.
And then some of them just go other.
Right. I couldn't imagine. That's a pressure that a lot of people deal with, even the whites. China Mac was here yesterday. That's why his name come up multiple times. He went to prison, not in L.A., but when it comes to racial things, when you live in a black culture or fuck with a black anything, that's a balancing shit that a lot of people have never had to think about. Right. I remember when I was young, being in the Supermax, and it was a time when it was the black and Mexican shit. What was it about? I remember it was a black dude from Santa Monica to Legacies. He was a Blaxican. He had that shit tatted, but his transition was right there in real time in the dorm with us, nigga. He realized what was going on. However, his life got to the point where he was from Legacies. On the set in the dorm, he was black. He didn't get a chance to cover the tattoos or nothing. He even went up in there and he rolled with us. I don't know his name. I was a teenager, but I'm gonna just use this moment to say,
he just shows up right there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm cool.
I'm cool. He couldn't imagine being on the front line with that shit with us.
Right.
And when it wasn't on and he had the tattoos and it was time for us to just play cards, dominoes, and we talking about it with him. Back then, I remember he used to describe how it all happened, you know, how he grew up and whoop and why now. Like, I don't give a fuck though, man. And it was a real natural, you know, process that he got to that point. But it's so many different ambiances that play a part in what one person's experience can be.
Right.
And I think that's why maybe, you know, you having a platform. I remember it's the time when people that have a background like you and I that are solidified, it wouldn't be necessarily cool for you to just be on a platform like this, sharing experiences, analyzing things. But we kind of some of the last to the party when it comes to having input. Do you think that there's any difference? What I always find solace in this, I don't know if you ever seen the footage of OG Turtle from Santana Block.
Yeah.
That's floating around.
Yeah.
Like, what's more original than that as far as being on the camera, sharing anything that we consider you shouldn't supposed to share?
Right.
And if we are in any sense from that lineage, and we all have to say we are kind of like, whether we from Compton, LA, I'm trying to include myself, and I ain't from Compton Crip. We know that's some of the most original shit we could tap in that we can look at. And they was doing that was like 1984.
Right.
Burners.
Right.
Yeah,
That was outside.
Yeah, outside. Like letting you know. So
it was outside thugging.
I often reflect on that when we see the trend of these new generations that be dropping locations on site. And when we get judgmental, I look at it like, man, y'all stupid. And a lot of times before I can speak publicly about it, my mind reminds me of that.
Yeah.
It's like,
but think about it. If they did that on somebody else's platform, if they had a cell phone with a camera in it, they would have been doing what the youngsters
been
is
doing
doing
That's what I'm saying.
nowadays.
It's not much
Niggas would have been
difference.
doing the same thing. Where y'all at? We about to pull out.
Thank you. Because that nigga Turtle, he said, it's a carbine.
Right.
Ooh, I got two of them. I can go kill all the...
Right.
Hey, this little nigga with the afro and all, he like, tell him about 38. Tell him about 38. Cause I got two machine guns. He like, tell him about 38. That shit was banged out.
Yeah.
Another one of my favorite parts of that shit was when Turtle and Twin, they was leaning on the car. And the dude was interviewing him, and he like, hey, he said, you ever been shot? He was like, Twin was like, yeah, I been shot. Say, Luda Parks came. He say, they shot me in my face, shot my brother in the ass, or it might be vice versa. He was like, what? He say, then I went back, and 2 days later, I went and shot at them. He say, it was a man working up on the telephone pole.
Yeah.
He say, he saw me, and I went to jail. He say, I'll make this fast, my bad. He say, but they drop all the charges. The white man say, why they drop the charges? He said, didn't nobody want to testify. He say, why they didn't want to testify? He said, because they were scared. And then he say, why they were scared? That nigga Turtle say, because we mean as a rattlesnake. That shit was so old school, corny, but that shit was hard
Hey,
as fuck.
you see the other one when the white dude asked him would he get a job? He said, yeah. He said, so if I told
cripping?
yeah, you gonna still keep banging?
Them niggas is from Palm and Oaks.
I'm a crip at work.
Everybody on that video is dead right now.
That's
The
crazy.
nigga with the curl, everybody standing right there. And I got that clip on the intro of my Google Gang song.
Right, that's hard.
On my mama, your numbers is looking good, man. You almost at the dub, road to a dub. Good looking, man. Congratulations. Is the content creating, having a platform what you thought it would be, more than what you thought it would be? It's something you're gonna be you in it for the long haul?
All right, look, I'm definitely in it for the long haul. But the crazy part about it is I ain't trying to toot my own horn, but a lot of people knew me in the streets already. You know what I mean? And then being on his platform, it started to get more recognition. Every time I go somewhere, they be like, hey, man, I seen you on the internet. Mm-hmm. Even if they don't know it's StreetTV, like, man, I seen you on some type of video on the internet. Yeah, you look familiar. Mm-hmm. So now with my own channel, everywhere I go, man, mall, beach, police pull me over, no matter what. Hoodie from the hood. You know what I mean? They be on me everywhere I go now. So it's like, I be kind of paranoid. Like, I don't really.
On a swivel.
Right.
Yes.
And that's what it is now. It's just, you know.
So tell me, is this me being able to relate? And you can imagine for a little bit longer. But I'm gonna tell you this, on your level, me and you being peers in these YouTube streets, I hate that term, but I said it, God damn it.
Right.
Look, I went through all I went through that you knew about before I started doing this black box shit, right?
Right.
But I swear to God, like, I never have felt more recognizable than now. Even through all the shit you could imagine that might have, now it's different. So, this what I get a lot. Like yesterday on the set, cause I was at Louisiana, Wilmington, and Alonso, cause, and I'm in the Louisiana, cause, and I could see niggas walking in, and I'm like, I could tell the recognition come from a distance or just the lock in. And my thing is it like, who is this, or is that him? Do you get that? Now, like I know, like, damn, locking eyes, is he on it? Like, is that him, or is he like, who is this?
Yeah.
And then, cause like his energy was like a nigga, so I'm like,
Right.
I'm just gonna be neutral with my life. I'm posted, and he like, when he finally be like, you, that shit is a whole like on my mind. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's love.
Yeah, that's love.
You know what I mean? But like you said, it'll be kind of at first like, man, what the fuck? Like, what's up with cuz? Like, I be thinking that. Like, I used to be out with my female, and I'd be like, man, this nigga keep looking or something. Then all of a sudden, they'd be like, Hoodie from the hood, keep doing your thing, man.
That's it.
I ran into a nigga in the liquor store, man. He was so nervous, like he was starstruck. He was like, hey, man, you a legend. Like, man, I appreciate that, homie. Like, that type of stuff right there is what I do it for, homie.
Exactly. I can relate totally. I'll be in line. It'd be a long line. I might be third in line. It might be 12 people in line. And then out of nowhere, in the back of the line, somebody say, "Oh, my mama."
Right.
I turn around, blushing big as
Right.
That's right, oh.
Yeah. That's
I
dope.
love that type of shit,
That's
man.
dope, man. But like, I want to ask you a question. Because like you said, all that you've been through and a part of what you've been through, I witnessed. I witnessed coming up as a G-Unit supporter. I hate the word fan.
That's right, support.
So I remember when they came out, like before they came out, you couldn't get me to not listen to anything that wasn't West Coast, especially underground, whether it be my local San Diego scene or the E40s, the Brother Lynches, the Seabos, and all that type
You
of
ever heard
stuff.
of somebody named Big Earn?
Big Earn?
Gangster.
Gangsta?
Gangster, yeah, of
Ah,
course.
damn, I said it wrong. My bad. Go ahead. All right.
Of course. So that's all the type of stuff. Mac Dre, all that type of stuff. So when that came out, it kind of made me like, damn, I wasn't really into East Coast music at that time, even though they didn't really sound like the East Coast.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think they just had their own little sound. So I was on that. So I remember when.
It was Dr. Dre.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I remember when they first had the game over there, and I'm like, that's dope. They got somebody from the West Coast. And I remember he was leaving, and then I remember you. I remember like, oh, cuz they got another nigga in your crib.
What about the concert?
Any from neighborhood.
The infamous time when we got
Oh, no.
right.
I didn't even know about that.
Oh, okay.
I never knew about that until you told that story.
Mm-hmm.
I just found out about that. But I'm saying that to say that I was heavily on your shit when you joined the group that I was already listening to.
Of course you would be.
Yeah, I'm
Now
like, oh,
thinking about
cuz a
it.
cribby,
Yeah,
a
right,
hustle,
right.
you know what I mean?
And I'm already fucking
and you
with
had
this.
the wordplay, and I was like, damn, cuz, like this nigga dope right here, you know what I mean? And that Beautiful World is a timeless classic.
On Hood, thank you, cuz. On my mama, thank you, cuz. Shout out to Crooked Eye for the inspiration of that word. But yeah, you know what I did with it. Thank you, cuz.
Yeah, you took it to a whole nother.
Oh, my
I'm
mama.
surprised you ain't. Now I'm gonna tell you off camera
Might
before
be.
somebody steal it. Well, basically, I was just gonna say, where them shirts at?
Well, I got you.
No, Beautiful World. You ain't never made
Oh,
them.
no. Did you realize what Crayola did?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're going to start making me sound like a dummy marketing and business. Let's not. I feel you, though. 100 Google 1,000%. I feel you. That's on my mama. But let me switch it up. I know. That's one of the most coldest shit to have to think about all the time. I get a realization. But I feel you. We'll get to that. And you might tell me something that I'm not thinking about on that subject matter, so don't make me forget. But I wanted to do this because my list of Dago people was a little longer than we got caught up in.
You said Big Earn, so
Yeah. My bad. Shout out to Earn, though. I got educated upon Earn through the homie that he was like one of the most original first people that really got a spark before the generation that I was familiar with.
yeah,
Like
I think he was
or
first.
Mixed
Him and
Masters Spade to Compton.
Him and
Right. Would he be like a Toddy T or a Mixed Max of Spade to Compton? That's the Dago version. Okay, but go ahead.
yeah, Gangsta Earn might have been first, and I think Big June, then
Okay.
J.O. J.O. just made the biggest splash.
And then J.O. is so much of what hip hop is supposed to be. He's the original sound that is short chop kind of like, but we never got as much of a short chop as we got of a J.O.
Right.
He's an anomaly, and with his culture of the street shit, I ain't want to get into J.O., but I want to ask you about this a little lower level. C-Heck, somebody I got an opportunity to collaborate with. Appreciate. Shout out to K9, the boss. Santa Ana Watergate is an independent, independent artist that reached out to me, and I had the opportunity to work with C-Heck because of that. Do you have a knowledge of relationship with C-Heck at all? I know he a homie.
Yeah, I've been knowing C-Heck since I was like 16, 15,
Okay.
16, somewhere around there.
Is he got action? Is it
You know what? I actually don't know.
Free the homie, cuz. Free the Loc, C-Heck.
I don't know. I know some homies who kind of talk to him a little bit more than I haven't spoken to him. But yeah, we actually had a closer relationship back then. You know what I mean? When I was like 18, 19, around that time. But yeah, we still straight though. Free the homie. That was unfortunate.
We got a song called Active. It's K9 the Boss featuring Spider Loc and C-Heck. Y'all go, you want to see some two MCs battle that didn't even know they was battling on a record. They didn't know they was collaborating on, trying to do their stuff. Go check that record out with me and the homie.
Right.
That's on my mama. That shit was a moment, cuz. And then we actually met in New Park too, cuz, for the first time. One thing, this what happened, cuz when I got the record from K9 the Boss, right, when he politic with me, he sent it to me. He sent me a record. We finna do what we do. He sent me a record. He got 2 verses on it, and he got an empty spot for a 3rd verse. And that's the record, to my mind, it's finna be him on 2 verses, then me. When he finally sent me the final mix, he only had 1 verse. That nigga I had never heard was on the middle. Then it was me.
Yeah.
And you could tell the nigga in the middle was going. He going. I'm like, I'm telling everybody around me, I'm playing the song in my circle. I'm telling everybody, I'm like, cuz had to hear my verse before he did this. Cuz didn't send this shit out to him and then to me, and he didn't hear mine, and that's just what I say, cuz heard my verse. And so everybody around me, they didn't know if they just thought I was talking shit or whatever. Yeah. And then months later, we decided to shoot a video. And when I finally got the chance to meet C-Heck in person, it was my first time speaking with him. It was in New Park. When first thing I told neighborhood to the neighborhood, he'll tell you when he walked in the park, we meet, dap, hug. I'm like, on Hood, you heard my verse before you did your shit, didn't you? He was like, I did. I said, I could tell you was coming for me. But I love that record. I did a gang of records, bro. Something about that record. He picked the perfect beat.
Y'all all did y'all thing.
Good looking, man. Good looking, cuz. That shit was hard, man. Oh, my mama. And you know what else happened that day? What's cuz name? I ain't a regular Cree nap. You know, Tunchi. Fee Knife. Oh, my mama, he in the video active. Way before the buzz started for cuz, because K9, we shot the video. When he asked me to be in the video, whoop-de-whoop, I'm like, yeah, that's where I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be in Compton. Shout out to my nigga Pop from Track New. So I'm like, cuz, you could pull up on me. We could do my segment in Track New Park. I hit Pop. I'm like, cuz, if you want to tell some of your little homies to come to the park, I'm finna be doing this, cuz, whoop-de-whoop-whoop. So when they came, we finna be in Southern. We not in Orange County. So like, K9 he tapped in with some of his homies in the hundreds, and we went through. And I could go show you a clip when Tunchi, he was like, he got like a cameo in the video, and then I'm just like, on my mama, I'm a cuz start buzzing like some years later. I'm looking at the little clips for something in the back of my mind. I'm like, cuz, look familiar. Right. I couldn't place it. Then I'm watching Active one day, and I see cuz in there with that same rollie. I remember that.
Rollie chain?
Yeah, we was in the alley, cuz. On my mama, shout out to cuz. Shout out to the twins, Left Trey, to all that. It's like Benji Stone neighborhood, craziness. But yeah, that was just ironic. I just was, when cuz started gaining popularity, he looked familiar to me. I couldn't place it. And then I seen the Active video randomly, and I was like, oh, that's cuz right there. Right. Do you have what you consider, and this is, of course, I'm going to exclude myself, do you have what you consider a favorite artist, West Coast, East Coast, coming up? Hip-hop has always played a big part in our life. Rap is something that typically the average nigga, somebody impressed them the most. Do you have what you consider a favorite?
A favorite of all time? Nah, it's too many
What
different
about
people.
a top 3, 5, or top 10? Do you have a list that you feel comfortable putting together?
Yeah, I made a video about my top 5 rappers. Then I got top 5 gangster rappers, and I got like top 5 player pimp rappers. So I got videos about that.
Oh, you do? So do you mind giving me just a general synopsis of your top 5? I give you room. Your top 5.
My top 5. All right, let me try to remember this list.
Hoodie from the Hood.
I got
That's
it,
your
I got
friend
it.
from the big O
I
N,
got it.
y'all.
All right, top 5. Number 5, to me, he's already right there. If he stopped right now, or Lord forbid something happened, he's top 5. That's Kendrick.
Shout out to K Dizzle.
He already right there.
Shout out to Top Dog. Shout out to J Rock. Oh, my mama. Go ahead.
Number 4, I'll say Ice Cube.
Shout out to Absol
Yeah, Ice Cube, number 4.
and Ali and Musso. My bad. Go ahead. Who you said? Who number 2?
Ice Cube, number 4.
Oh, you going backward? Okay, the rate countdowns go number 4. Okay,
It's number 4.
Shout out to O'Shea. I've collabed with K-Dot and O'Shea, and these two people that I respect to the utmost. I'm resonating with the list so far. Go ahead.
Number 3 is Scarface.
Shout out to Brad Jordan, Scarface. So glad you alive, my nigga. On my mama, fuck what they talking about. Everybody know why you was the only one that was at that performance. It's no clue.
I seen that too.
Everybody know why, bro. Willie D, let me tell you this, homie. We's proud of your resurgence as a spokesperson on the internet. But when it came to the Ghetto Boys, you know why Bushwick popped One-Eyed Midget and he was grimy. It's easily. You had the corniest, biggest voice that didn't really resonate as a real threat. You were probably marketable in a sense. You probably was in the wrong group. If you'd have went like another Coolio type solo artist, you probably went boom. But as far as hip hop, streets, gangster shit, Scarface was what came about the Ghetto Boys for us.
Definitely.
Bushwick Bill was marketable as a not give a fuck ODB OD type motherfucker. You can't Willie D. You was too. It was just something about him. You never really convinced us that you were that guy, and the fact that you're so successful at being such a political type individual is kind of like evidence that you were just being. You got caught up with the other two niggas. Scarface is the one. Everybody know he the GOAT. Cuz quit hating, my nigga. But go ahead. I appreciate that.
Number 2, I'ma say Jay-Z.
I ain't gonna challenge that at all because his name is so relevant and it's so understandable why anybody would come to that I can accept that. Go ahead.
Number 1 is a 3-way tie, and it fluctuates.
Good answer.
It just depends on how I'm feeling that day.
Okay, that's a great answer.
That's
already.
gonna be Nas, Eminem, and Pac.
Now, giving me first Nas why, Eminem why, and Pac why.
They all just do things that most the other people on the list I feel like can't do. I mean, I feel like Kendrick got the potential to be a Pac, but it's hard to get to that status because Pac is just, man, he was just a different type of dude, and he was so versatile, and he did so much in so little time, and his music still
Kendrick can
resonates.
outdo Pac when it comes to numbers and still not outdo Pac when it comes to impact, influence, similar to how LeBron and Jordan.
Right.
They're going to eventually call LeBron the greatest.
Right.
But if you were present through both generations, you are aware that there's nothing to compare to the way that what Jordan did, and they not adding up that LeBron has 3 inches of height. He has girth, all that, and he had a Jordan. It's a different. You're comparing. It's like comparing a motherfucking slot receiver to Gronkowski.
Yeah.
LeBron was able to play the same position that Jordan and Kobe played with 3 more inches and about 24 more pounds. And he was blessed with the enough ability to kind of facilitate that position. Right. But everybody that knows better knows it didn't look as graceful. It didn't look as sweet because you had 3 more inches. It took Jordan and Kobe 3 more inches to get up there and do what you did.
Right.
You was already there.
Right.
It looked more forceful. Everybody know you. It looks like you can just push defenders out the way and don't. So it's a difference. And I think that's what it is with the same thing. Like, you put Eminem. What name was we on? My bad.
We was on Pac.
Still on Pop.
Pop. And then that's why I think, I don't know. Okay, and what number are you on?
This is number 1. It's a 3-way tie.
3-way tie. Okay, go ahead.
So I was just saying, Pac to me is just, man, that run he had from Me Against the World to Hail Mary, not Hail Mary, the last one, Machiavelli. And then All Eyes on Me being a double disc, which each one is a classic by itself. Like, that's 4 straight right there. And you can't even sleep on the Thug Life album either that came out before that. So, I don't know. He just did a lot.
And then when you go to the IMDb or the films and just the whole.
Right. Throwing in, it's like that. I don't know. That's why it's hard to get past Pac.
Do you know at one point, at least up until like 2006, 7 in the UK, their number 1 all-time record that crossed all genres, their cultural music plus the US pop music that included Madonna, Elvis, the number 1 record ever in the UK went out was Dear Mama.
I didn't know that.
For a long time. I don't know if it still holds that title, but I mean, like, this was in like 05, 06, 07, 08. Dear Mama was the all-time number 1 record in the fucking UK. I don't know. And look, just think, the shit we praise Eminem for is for being able to be abstract, fast, tuck it, hide it, and make it slick.
Right.
And then Dear Mama is just like right in your face.
Right in your face. Straight to the point.
Plane,
right. Because the average person don't want to do that much thinking.
I had to learn that the hard way,
look,
bro.
the same thing that I'm saying about Kendrick is the same thing I can say about Eminem. Like, people don't want to. It's like a science project listening to these niggas. Like, don't nobody want to break down bars. I personally like that, so that's why they high up on my list. But the average person don't want to sit there and try to.
What is the common denominator between Kendrick and Eminem that was able to get away with being too complex for the average ear?
Their skin.
No, the common.
The common denominator, Dr. Dre.
Oh, my nigga. And shout out to Top Dog, too, because I told Top Dog recently that this is what I see that a lot of people don't see, because I was familiar and very close with Top Dog before Kendrick was his artist, even before J-Rock was his artist. Matter of fact, J.O. and me used to be in Top Dog studio recording some of our first music before he was a CEO or a manager or of anything of J-Rock or K-Dot. So that's how far we go back with Top Dog. And I told him recently, last week, that like it was the perfect storm. I don't want to knock Kendrick. K-Dot, he has established himself as something I don't even understand. He bigger than the nigga I knew. He's awesome, and I
can't even call Kendrick a Compton rapper or LA rapper or a West Coast rapper no more. He's just Kendrick.
We haven't seen what he is. You know, he utilized as much as he utilized his artistic gift and all that. He utilized technology, recording process, production. It goes deep. But one of the things that I told Top Dog the other day was, there's a handful of people that you could have made go on that type of journey because of your grind. It's the reality of it. K-Dot, Kendrick could have been everything he was, and without the actual Top Dog at that moment together to make that play similar to the way it was 50, Eminem, Dre, and Jimmy, all that at once. Top Dog could have did that with a number of people. You see, he almost did it with J-Rock. It was almost. I'm telling you, I've been around Top Dog for years. past to see how it was. Oops. Kendrick deserves it all, but it was the team, bro.
Yeah,
Top
I
Dog
believe
played
it,
a
but
part that people don't realize.
But also, we'll see what Kendrick does now that he
But that's what I'm
is
saying.
leaving that.
It's gone so far. Just think what Kendrick is either 30 or almost 30 or a little over 30. You know how?
What, his age?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he like 36.
This is the thing. At this point, what he's accomplished with the separation that we've seen, I don't think it's a separation of real personality. Even if the business is separated, he's gotten to it's a rap.
Yeah.
It's a rap, bro.
He can't do no wrong.
No wrong. He can go back, buy his masters, do every album he already did, get the acapellas in and do them with live production, put that out.
Yeah.
Do it. He can do what you and I are doing, and
Right.
he's Kendrick now.
Right.
And I just know what a lot of people don't know, because the most efficient CEO is a person that loves to play the background. And that's why people don't realize how much it took for an artist like Kendrick, so hard to be understood, so many complex levels to be the most biggest. It had a lot to do with the person that was very comfortable with being in the background, not being served.
They had the same vision.
Had to. I saw Top Dog go through the process of handpicking certain individuals, putting the same push behind them, and I saw what it popped to be. I didn't see that in anything else that on my mama. Okay, can I tell you? I'm gonna give you 2 names out of your top 3, and I'm gonna put a little pressure on you. If I only gave you, as soon as I ask you, I want you to answer. Don't give it no thought, and I want to say who you would pick.
I'm high as fuck. Go ahead.
Good. Contact. Eminem, Nas.
Nas. Man.
Expound. Explain why would that be the choice?
Man, to me, I don't know. Man, Nas just got a different. He just don't. I don't know. Like I said, they both on my top along with Pac. So it fluctuates. You know what I mean? It just depends on how I'm feeling that day. But if I just had the overall, Nas.
What is it about? I can understand off top, because when it comes to Nas, I could quote a couple of like verses of Nas' first album right now today, all the way through off top. I know about Illmatic. I know about Tupac. What is it about Eminem now? Not when he first came out. Now, when you look back on your life and now when you think about it, why you give Eminem props now? I know how we got hit.
I'm gonna answer that.
Yeah.
The reason why I give Eminem props now is because in the generation where everybody has started to dumb it down, he made his lyrics more complex than they were when he first came out. His rhyme schemes and everything, the pockets.
But how do you quantify that against the fact that he had every privilege that will cause you to be comfortable to stick to that when it's Dr. Dre, Jimmy Iovine, and you are the Elvis of this shit? Like, anyone with that amount of comfort can stick to anything when you know they're going to allocate the biggest budget we never heard about.
But this is why I respect it.
Please.
Because I feel like he really doing it for the love of hip hop.
So
like
why has he never did an interview and smiled? You went into our culture and hit it for the biggest lick anybody ever seen. Why he never smile and say thank you? Why he always seemed...
I ain't really watched too many Eminem interviews, so I don't know.
Me either, but guess what? The most recent one I can recall was a few years ago with Sway. Shout out to Sway.
Oh, when he was talking about the
You see how
shit with MGK?
What? Yeah. Why was there not a smile in the interview? What are you mad about?
Oh, yeah. I mean...
The fuck wrong with you? Yeah. You were able to rape radio and make 5-minute songs that were at a tempo of 30 BPM about murdering people and put them in the trunk and made them hits. We got to make our songs 1.5 to 2 minutes and make it about partying and fucking and popping pills. He talk about murdering his baby. Come on, get out of here, man. That shit is a gimmick. Get the fuck out of here. And then just think, English language is a European thing, and then we're gonna give him the praise for being a master of a language that his people originated, and then the average shit that we really impressed about the shit we don't understand, going too fast. It can't people like we get all that, and we know about punching, and he got the best access to everything, and Dr. Dre gave them to us, and he talk about getting fucked by, and I'm not
all that shit is weird, but overall he do got a lot of other shit. I mean, that's like saying, I just told you I listen to Brother Lynch. That's like saying all he talk about is eating people. He got way more shit than just that. Like that would be somebody down
right now.
Brother Lynch.
I'm gonna give you a moment to redeem Eminem with his best moment to celebrate that you can't find nothing to shit on. What was his moment to shine on him far as? What did he render to our culture that you could say this? You could say that that you can't shit on that made him awesome.
What did he bring to the culture?
Yeah, was it "Hi, my name is" or what was it? Which one was it? "Stan"?
Oh, you talking about a specific song?
Yeah, was it "Renegade"? The verse. What makes him relevant and something we should appreciate beyond the fact that he had Jimmy Iovine, Dr. Dre, and all that in place and the biggest budget ever seen. Plus, he had the Elvis effect. Tell me, what is it to appreciate about him beyond that?
Man, I just think it's like I said, it's his wordplay. I think he just
give me that one bar that fucks you up so much that he's so dope.
Man, he got a gang of them. I can't just give you one bar.
Thank you.
He got a gang of them.
But hold on. Can I tell you some dope shit then?
Yeah.
Let me just say this: we probably in hell already. Our dumb asses not knowing. Everybody kissing ass to go to heaven ain't going. That's all I want to say. Now give me something. Yeah. That's all I want. Give me something.
Man,
anything.
Hey, he got me on the spot. But guess what? Hold on. We could get off Eminem. You could name Jay-Z or a lot of other people. Hold on. A lot of people you just said, and I still right now can't even come off the top and say.
I'm gonna give you a Jigga. I'm gonna give you a Jigga one on the same level. That nigga Jigga say. If I can't, I'm gonna have to give it. He say, "Look, I'm at your funeral, looking at you in the casket, feeling sarcastic. Look at him, still sleeping." Give me something from him, anything.
Hey, listen,
anything.
Hey, no matter what I give you, I can already tell you he opposed what I'm saying, so it don't even matter. It don't even matter.
I love Eminem, but I love Eminem because I'm a poet, artistic. I fuck with the shit. I know how he got, but I know he got duped. We got duped, nigga. Eminem is Vanilla Ice 2.0, bro.
Nah, I don't believe that.
Why not? Give me a reason. Give me something
I don't believe that.
Substantiate your claim.
Say
that's what I'm giving you. Give me an example of why not. Why not?
Well, I think Vanilla Ice was trying to really convince people that he was a thug and came up
Give
hard.
me an example of that. He was the corniest dancing, rapping nigga. He had a funny ass surfer haircut. He danced with a group behind him like Janet Jackson. He did the teenage.
MC Hammer did too, but they say he a gangster. MC Hammer did the same thing.
You know
and
what?
Everybody who know MC Hammer said that nigga like that.
But you know what's deep to me? Because this is my philosophy. Before gangster rap, we had niggas on level 4 killers. That saying. When I went to prison, the coldest nigga on the yard was sing Smokey Robinson in the highest falsetto late night for Snickers.
Right.
So gangster rap has got us a fucked up philosophy of what it means to being you know what I'm saying? So you can't be Vanilla Ice doing all that and still be the coldest. You can even be Young Thug, nigga. As much as we disapprove of fingernail polish and dresses.
Right. He seemed like he really liked that.
And so you're right. So I feel
at least from what I see, the nigga seemed like
Cuz on my mama, I never asked you about Young Thug, but when I was asking you about other things and you was philosophizing, you brought Cuz up and was like Thug. And when you said that, all I thought about was dresses. He was like, people say what they want, Cuz, but I've been around Cuz a real nigga.
Right.
Cuz told me that after Cuz went on and that was his philosophy. I used to look, I'm like, okay. But that's how he felt. He was like, Thug a real nigga. So I guess you can, be what, we living in America in 2024. Fuck it. That's how time fast fly. Yeah. We living in 2024. And if you don't realize it's the metaverse generation where any and everybody can be any and everything they decide to be, then you just not awake. Because you can be what you want. It's really the metaverse.
Right.
It's virtual reality. Jump out in this thing, say what you want to say.
Right. You know what? It's just, a older nigga told me, he said, you could be whoever you want to be. We was in the county. He said you could be whoever you want to be in here until somebody come in here that know you. And it's the same thing with YouTube. You could be whoever you want to be until niggas start pulling your car.
No, YouTube has provided these niggas this. Look, this is a term, cell soldier. This been around.
Yeah.
YouTube is a cell.
Yeah.
So it provides them in their infinite amount of.
Right. And once they got followers, it don't matter what you say, what facts you bring out.
That's my point. The cell soldier element has made the internet.
Right.
And guess what? The reality is, you may never be able to get to him.
You know what's worse than the cell soldier? Because at least the cell soldier, you can see what he look like.
Okay.
The party line is the trolls in the comments.
There you go.
You don't know who on that phone.
Yeah,
that's the party line.
That nigga in the cell at least know I might have to go to court.
Yeah, you might get action at cuz.
Yeah.
You ain't never gonna get action at the party line, nigga. You don't know who that is talking that tough shit to you.
Thank you. The internet is the party line with facials, but people still know.
Man, them profiles be killing me. They be having the most opinions. Talking wet.
Yeah, oh God.
You know me, cuz I got time.
No, I know it.
You didn't told me before, stop paying attention to the comments.
It's hard,
you ain't
though.
S-Bone be telling me that. I be
got
like, fuck that.
You know I had to teach that too? I had to teach that to two of our G homies with this crip and shit on the internet who came after us, who older than us. Gangster and Cartoon, Five Trey, Santana, Eastside Crippin' to the G homies. But both of them got caught up speaking on me by reading comments in real time, not having no ill intentions toward me, answering the question and just saying the first thing that came to their mind without really thinking. And now it's like, damn, cuz the whole reason it's a real black box thing, I started off going live. I used to like answer questions real time. And then I would like later on be like, damn, I should have ignored that. I shouldn't have said that.
Right.
So then I started telling people, fuck that. Send me your questions to my DM. And now when I present it, it seemed like I'm coming with my subject matter, but really I'm just delaying me answer these questions, filtering through them, because I don't want to talk about everything. It's one thing to be out here and say I'm going to answer the first thing coming. Fuck that. That's not what I'm on.
Right.
Because in my experiences and my knowledges, I end up talking about shit I really don't want to talk about on the motherfucking internet. And so many people fall victim to that. And that's something I'm not trying to be a part of. I'm very selective about what I'm willing to discuss. If it's a thing that's controversial, I'm usually the last person to mention it. I'm not trying to be the first person to introduce nothing that might be somewhat kind of like, and you feel me?
Right.
The nigga like Hold On Honey be like, he trying to be on Clubhouse, be the first nigga to know about anything that might can get anybody arrested.
Right,
like, what the fuck?
And be on there talking about all kind of, yeah, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. But that's the time that we live in, and I try to stay in my lane. I try to mix it up a little bit, but I just try to stay authentic to who I am, homie. Because it's a lot of fraudulence going on out here.
It is.
And it seems like niggas look at you weird when you not on the fraudulent tip. You know what I mean? Like oh, you actually keeping it real? You got some morals? Oh, you a weirdo? And they try to break you down.
This is what we got to keep reminding ourselves when we're surprised by that rare value is synonymous. The things that are value are rare, and real is rare. There are more of them than there are of us. It's always gonna be. So we gotta accept that and realize when we see that, it kind of like confirms we on the correct shit. It's always gonna be. If we think we're looking for the day where it's gonna be more of us than them,
it's never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen, bro.
Look, I be like this. When I was getting that whack for saying what Cuz was saying, that was a blatant lie, and I'm correcting him. People called me a clout chaser. But we live, like you said, in the metaverse where somebody can get on here and talk about gangs in cities, a crime in a city that they never been to, and not show his face. Swamp stories, chump stories, and he can have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and people will defend him, and they don't even know who this dude is. They ain't never seen his face. But I could get on here and correct somebody, and I'm not a clout chaser. But
guess what? At the same time, and I'm not saying it is, it could be the person that you're talking about with a burner account responding 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 times
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah.
That's also in it. And the person typing could be sitting at home, a male, 400 pounds, white, with a G-string on, with a banana up his ass, sucking it while he doing it. Yeah. All that's why I learned to fuck the comments. You know what I know for a fact? Niggas that actually live like me and you, or the niggas that we know what's going on, that watch YouTube, I don't care how much you love or hate a video, 99% of the time you do not end up in the comments.
Right.
Them people in the comments are for a demographic that don't represent us. And
you absolutely right, because I barely comment. And if I don't like something, I'm definitely not going to comment.
Exactly.
I'm going to just, I mean, unless it's somebody I'm subscribed to and I just disagree.
Because you networking, politicking.
Right.
But when
I click out.
But the average nigga like us that's not involved in this shit, when we go to YouTube and we like shit, whether we like it or don't like it, we watch it and that's it. We do not like it and then go in the comment and or the opposite.
Right. Let me argue with you and give you a piece of my mind. People done told me I'm unsubscribing. Nigga, just unsubscribe. You ain't gotta tell me.
They act like you look somewhere to check to see if it's true or not, if it bothers you.
Right.
Some people it may bother.
Right.
Tell me this: if you had to do your West Coast top 4, and I won't say top to leave anybody out, who are the closest top 4 content creators of this generation right now that you network with, or I'll frame it different. Content Cartel. Who we want to shout out? Because we up out of here. We got about 5 minutes left. Content Cartel. Who we want to shout out? Who should they be looking for on this West Coast? LA, Dago, Southern California scene, perspective.
Right.
Who we fucking with? Odium Slim. We know it's S-Bone. Lupe, it's you. Dream Foreign. And I know it's more. Please add to the list. Let them know who he is.
Man, you already said the content cartel, so I'm just gonna throw in a few more. If I forget some people, please. I was caught off guard by this.
Me
so
too, y'all. My bad.
You got my boy, Gangster Boy from Skyline. That's Planet Zoo edition. No, entertainment. Planet Zoo Entertainment. You got my homie Earl Chopper Media. He from the set. This is out of Dago.
Okay.
Who else? You got you got Jihad from Inglewood, neighborhood Piru. You got Nate Dogg 916 out of Sacramento. The Gangbangers life coach, Crazo from Raymond. Real Inglewood moments. Man.
Not bad for putting you on the spot.
Right.
Let me grab you.
And then you got the Melly Mills and the OG ENTs.
Yeah, the OG ENTs. Shout out to Gangster. Shout out
your
to
boy, your boy
Fire
too. Stoner from the town. That dude, he's comedy.
Okay.
He's hilarious.
I ain't familiar.
Yeah. Man.
Shout out.
It's so many people that I rock with, man. You got the it's so many people, bro.
What's your perspective on this celebrity YouTube creator, content creator, boxing match shit that keep coming up with different personalities?
Hey man, I don't know. I'm not mature enough to answer that like an adult. See me when you see me, nigga. Fuck all that. Nigga, if it's really that serious, homie, it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. Man. I'm not out here trying to kumbaya with everybody. If it's an issue, it's gonna be an issue, bro. It's just that simple. I'm not all that professional. We gonna train, like I said. Okay, so if that's what it is, then every time I got an issue with a nigga, I'm supposed to train for 3 months before we get down. Like, come on, you gonna look up and 15 fights later, you gonna be training again because you got an issue because somebody didn't like something you said.
Right.
Hey, listen, if you don't like what I said, unsubscribe. Stay over there, I'll stay over here.
And I'm gonna just get off where I get mad at.
Exactly. If we cross paths, it's gonna go where it's gonna go. Or we could talk like men depending on what was said.
Which is what I would prefer, what I would desire. I would like the names we mentioned, Cartoon, Fly Trade, G Homie, y'all see him bubbling. Our first interactions, they were potential, they could have went left or right. But as a man, I preferred to go the positive way. My first interaction with the homie Hoodie from the Hood could have went left or right. But my desire, his desire was for it to go the correct way. So when you see a nigga finally at a position with a nigga where it can't go the right way, believe it's a decision that they made on my mama.
But also, it got to be somebody that I respect. Them. Like if you somebody I don't respect, I don't give a fuck where it go.
There you go.
Period.
There you go.
But if it's somebody that I got a little admiration for, yeah, I got a son.
How old is he?
6. He about to be 7 in April.
What's his name?
Messiah.
Shout out Messiah. Ooh, we could have did a whole other hour. You should have. Ooh, because you know the Messiah come from God.
Yeah.
Yeah, the begotten Messiah is the begotten of God. Man, I appreciate you coming through. You just see what the next time you come through is about to be about, because I was about to tell you got to come back. This is what you can consider a home. Might not be a second, third, fourth, fifth, one of your homes. I know what you do. I know we do. And appreciate you on Hood, man. Let these people know social media wise where they can find you and all that.
Oh, man, you can find me on IG at Hoodie from the Hood. That's DA, Hoodie from the Hood. You can find me on Facebook, Hoodie Hood. The YouTube channel, Hoodie from the Hood. Yeah, man, just, I'm bringing this content. I personally, you asked me about content creators. This is me personally. This is not to my own horn. I feel like I got the best content coming out, man. And I feel like everybody feel like that.
I agree, though. But no, fuck that.
I genuinely feel like that.
I agree with Cuz. I feel like Cuz got the best content coming out, and I walk in humility to the point where Chuck T, check it out, Cuz. Come on, man. Come on, let these people know whatever you want them to know real quick, man. I love a nigga humble that know what the value the camera bring, but duck it because he know for another mission. But I'm gonna invite you here. Just that's your camera right there. Tell him whatever, man.
Chuck T, San Diego.
That's what it do.
Yeah, you know what it is. Out here supporting the homies.
That's right.
With Chuck T, man, we go back about 14 years.
That's hard. No color lines around here. No matter what y'all thought, and everybody is dedicated to every color that they got to as much, and we still know how to come together, man. Much love. Factz Ova Feelinz. My nigga Hoodie from the Hood. My friend from that big gold in for Dev Dope.
The life we living now is all about the money. So what you gonna do?